Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Summer Teen Cooking Challenge. My name is Amanda, and I am the teen librarian at Winters Bellbrook Community Library. The theme for this week's cooking challenge is cooking to satisfy your sweet tooth. So think of your favorite dessert and make it. If there was a never-ending dessert bar, which dessert would you be drawn to first? Make this sweet and take a picture and post it. For today's recipe, I'm going to be making white chocolate cranberry cookies from the book To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. If you haven't read this book or seen the Netflix adaptation, To All the Boys I've Loved Before is a story of Laura Jean, who has never openly admitted her crushes, but instead wrote each boy a letter about how she felt, sealed it, and hid it in a box under her bed. But one day, Laura Jean discovers that somehow her secret box of letters has been mailed, causing her crushes from her past to confront her about these letters. Her first kiss, the boy from summer camp, even her sister's ex-boyfriend, Josh. As she learns to deal with her past loves face to face, Laura Jean discovers that something good may come out of all these letters after all. In this book, the white chocolate cranberry cookies are Josh's favorite cookies. So let's get started. To make these cookies, you will need 1 stick of butter, a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar firmly packed, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 large egg. You will need a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You will need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. You will also need a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. You will need 1 cup of flour. The recipe calls for whole wheat, but I did not have it, so I'm substituting for all-purpose flour. You will need 1/2 cup of white chocolate chips and 1/2 cup of dried cranberries. So the first thing you're going to need to do is preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Next, you need to cream the butter in a large bowl. I'm going to put mine in my mixer and turn it on. Ooh, might be helpful if I secured my bowl first. There we go. Okay, next you are going to add your sugar. And cream it and beat it until it's light and fluffy. Next, we're going to, now that that's all light and fluffy, we are going to add in the egg. We're going to add in the 1/4 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. Also going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of the sea salt. And then we're gonna mix it again. All right, we're also gonna add in our brown sugar and mix until combined. Next, we're gonna slowly add in the flour. Also need to add in the 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So the last thing we need to do is add in our white chocolate chips and our dried cranberries. Alright. So now that we have our dough, gotta get it off of the beater. And there we go. So our next step is going to take our, you can either line your cooking sheets with parchment paper like I have done, or you can also grease them. So the recipe actually says to shape the dough into round balls, you know, about a teaspoon worth, but I like my cookies a little bit bigger. So I'm actually going to use, I like to use an ice cream scoop. And I'm going to form my cookies that way. It also says to flatten them down a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just flatten them just a little bit. After you've formed all your cookies and your oven is to temperature, you're going to put them in your oven. And they need to cook for at least 10 minutes. All right, after about 10 minutes, if you make bigger cookies, they might take a little bit longer. Once the cookies' edges are firm and lightly golden, you can remove from the oven, and you need to let them set for about 2 to 3 minutes on the cookie sheet before you need to transfer them to the cooling rack. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer for 3 minutes. And we wait. After the 3 minutes are up, you can go ahead and carefully transfer your cookies to a drying rack. One step in the process that I forgot to mention is that after you make your cookie dough, you can choose to chill your dough in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. That sometimes helps them from expanding so much. But as you can see, I did not chill my dough and they look just fine. And there you have it, the white chocolate cranberry cookies from the book or Netflix adaptation of To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Don't forget, if you participate in this challenge, to comment with what your favorite sweet recipe is and snap a picture and put it in the comments below. We'll see you next time.